So, here we are with the fifth or sixth rehearsal so far. How's things going?
I think things are going well. I think we are on a good roll. Actually, tonight's rehearsal has been the best we've had yet, so I'm really excited. I think there's a good positive feeling in the room. Chorus is sounding great. Leads are sounding great. I think we've got a great show.
Great. Clint, you were also the musical director of Guys and Dolls last year. How does this show compare to that?
This show, musically, which is what I'm qualified to talk about, musically it's much more difficult. It's just more difficult music. The orchestration is more difficult. The singing is more difficult. But it does have a lot of hit tunes. So when people come to see this show, they will recognize the songs like they did in Guys and Dolls, but it's just more difficult musically.
Okay. What's your favorite part of the show, if I may ask?
Well, I think right now, and this changes all the time, I think right now my favorite part of the show is So in Love, that Debbie Arnold sings.
She has a beautiful voice.
Gorgeous, and it's a sort of a toned down song. It's in a minor key. It's contemplative, and she just sounds gorgeous on it. So right now, that's my favorite song. If you ask me next week, it'll be something else.
Okay, we might ask you next week. Let me ask you this about the show in general. What's the hardest part for you in terms of getting a show like this going?
The hardest part of getting any show going is going through our musical score and making cuts, making markings, and then compiling it all into the orchestra notes, which is what we send to the orchestra members, so they will know what changes there are, what the tempo markings are, what repeats there might be, anything like that. So compiling that is something that right now is a cloud hanging over my head, and I'm not going to touch it for probably another week and a half, and then I'm just going to sit down and do it. Mm-hmm. That's the most difficult part for me.
And this, of course, is a Cole Porter show.
Mm-hmm.
What is it about doing a Cole Porter musical? That's got to have some special consideration to be able to do that.
Like I mentioned earlier, people know these songs. People know these songs, and people don't know that a lot of these songs are from the show. So people will come to the show and they'll hear and they say, "Oh, I didn't know that was from Kiss Me Kate," like another open in another show. People don't know, or From This Moment On. People don't know that those songs are from this show. And then something else, the beginning of From This Moment On, the song From This Moment On, people don't know the beginning of that song. So it will be nice for people to get to know different parts of songs that they don't know included in the regular part of the song.
Okay. And if there's one thing you could tell to people who will see this out there about why they should go see this show, what would you say?
Because our cast is amazing. Longwood Gardens is beautiful. It's a wonderful evening to spend with your family at Longwood Gardens and see a great show and support the arts.
Thanks, Clint.
You're welcome.
Good.